Why is the walk home in the morning after a hookup called a walk of shame? Shouldn't it be called a walk of fame since you managed to score? I always thought of the walk of shame as being someone who had way too much to drink and hooked up with someone they normally wouldn't have. Stride of pride. Just got laid parade. The walk of shame is when you see a girl walking across campus early in the morning in the dress she was wearing last night, hair a mess, and carrying her high heels. The source of the shame is up for interpretation, not necessarily just because she had sex, but I always thought it was because she let a loser frat boy hit it and he's not gentleman enough to give her a ride home or get her a cab or something. I always figured the walk of shame referred to someone walking home in the morning clearly in going out clothes, but maybe some messed up hair after sleeping. It's shameful because anyone that glances at you knows a lot of your personal business. The walk of lame is when you walk someone home and don't get invited inside. The walk of shame is walking home the morning after. The walk of fame is returning home 2 days later. I thought the walk of shame was carrying a giant trash bag full of beer cans and wine bottles out to be recycled and your neighbors seeing how much you drink. I think it's mostly meant to demean women. Archaic and puritanical ideas about premarital sex. Well, in a world of slut-shaming, it really only was a walk of shame for women. Depending whether you have a penis or not, same reason why a woman having sex is shamed while a man having sex is praised. I don't know if parlance has changed, but when I used to be out partying and hooking up, maybe 20 years ago, it was only called a walk of shame if it was home from a very drunk hookup that you really probably shouldn't have gone home with. Just got laid parade. It's called that because you went out last night dressed to the nines, and now you were walking home in the daylight wearing those same party clothes. Anyone who sees a woman in a party dress walking down the street in the morning carrying her high heels will make assumptions about what happened last night. Guys have an easier time slipping under the radar. Sadly, it originally was describing women who had to walk home with disheveled makeup and hair-wearing dresses and heels which are obviously not suitable for 6 a.m. Sunday walking across campus. I don't think it was intended as slut-shaming so much as it being very obvious from your state of dress what had gone on the night before, which can be mildly embarrassing to acknowledge to the world. Because haters gonna hate. Usually because you were intoxicated and hooked up with someone while intoxicated, whereas if you were sober you probably wouldn't have done so, mixed with a little bit of post-nut and post-drunk clarity. They are describing women. That's why the phrase implies shame for being a slut. The walk of shame refers to the woman getting asked to leave from the guy's place in the middle of the night. It's almost exclusively used for women, like all good double standards are, but it's also often more obvious on a woman, because wearing a slinky, barely their dress, with a nest of tangled hair, raccoon eye makeup, carrying a pair of stilettos with one heel broken off, walking on home on Sunday morning is more noticeable than a dude with slightly wrinkled clothes.